Hi guys, welcome back to another day of Vlogmas. I had seen this video. Her name's Hannah. Her channel is called Clockwork Reader, and she's a booktuber. But she did this video where she talked about some of her favorite book covers of the different books that she had. And I thought that was a really cool video because I am very much a person who is drawn to the cover of a book. And I do judge a book by its cover, I'm not gonna lie. But I thought it was a cool video idea, and I definitely have some unique books on my bookshelf, as you guys have seen from my book tours. I thought I would share some of my favorite covers of the different books that I have. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into this. I don't really know where to start. I have some books surrounding me. I don't really know where to start. You know, I'm actually going to start with some big books that I have behind me. I kept it there just so it kind of looked good for the visual appeal, but I'm going to go ahead and pull those off just so you guys can get a better look. Alright, so the first book that I love the cover of is the Wicked book. It is called The Grimoire, which in the show, that is like the spell book. But as I'd said in the book tour, bookshelf tour, it basically shows like a lot of behind the scenes, such as like the original writing of Defying Gravity score or different set designs. So it has a lot of behind the scenes and how the show came to be. But I just think the cover is just really beautiful and really unique, and you can kind of feel like the different grooves in it, which is really cool. I have a couple books like this, but the Wicked one is my favorite. So not to alarm anyone, but I love poetry, but I am picky about what poetry I read. I like poetry that's interesting. I don't really like the lovey-dovey poetry. But fun fact, not a lot of people know this, but my favorite poet is Edgar Allan Poe, which, yes, I know, very dark, but that was like the first poet that I'd really read in middle school, and it was the first poet that I was able to, I don't know, understand, because all the other poets were just like deep phrases about love or like complex thoughts, and it just went over my head. But the only one that like I was able to really grasp was Edgar Allan Poe. So I like Edgar Allan Poe, and my favorite short story is actually Telltale Heart, which is like one of like the it's like a dark story, but it's the first story I was able to understand, and what kind of drew me to Edgar Allan Poe, because I'm like, huh, he's interesting. Anyways, my parents one year got me the complete collection of stories and poems of Edgar Allan Poe, and this hardbound book is just absolutely beautiful, and it's so detailed, and just it kind of gives you this spooky Edgar Allan Poe vibes, and it has gold on the edges of the pages, and it's just so beautiful, and it's such a sturdy book, but it's beautiful. So I love this book, and I love the poems in it. Okay, I don't love all the poems, but I think they're fascinating. So got that. Then the next book, this is just my favorite just because it took me a long time to find this. And as you guys would know, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz is like one of my favorite books, and I love anything Oz. But this one, it has the original illustrations and pictures inside it of the Wizard of Oz, but it's so hard to find the like original cover, like the original look, the original books. Like, it's so hard to find it nowadays. So I found this, I think I found this on Amazon, but I got it used. Like, that's how I was able to find it. I don't remember how I found it, but it was a lot of searching to find it. And I love like the original look of it, and even though it's like plastic hardbound type of thing, but I just love looking at like the original illustration of the Wizard of Oz. Next is, you guys have seen this in my room tour and such, but This is the Chronicles Narnia, as I had showed in the bookshelf tour part 2. I laid this out on display, but it's absolutely like the perfect, but it's absolutely like the perfect Christmas book to have out. But I keep it out year long. But it looks so stunning, and it's a complete collection of Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe, and it gives you like that Narnia fairy tale look, and it's absolutely just, this is probably like one of my top favorites, because it's so breathtaking, and you don't see many books like this, and it's just so shiny and so pretty. Next is this hardbound book of Beauty and the Beast, and it's so unique. I've never seen a book of Beauty and the Beast like this before, and it's just so stunning, and definitely just catches your eye with the Beauty and the Beast. And there's illustrations inside the book as well, but it's such a gorgeous book, and I love looking at the cover. Honestly, there's so many small details in it, and it's just absolutely stunning. Obviously I have to show these books in my favorite book cover video, and that is 5 Feet Apart and All This Time. Look how stunning these books are. Like, they're absolutely stunning. I love the look of these, and they pair so well together, but they're so stunning. And I love the rose gold in this, because you guys know how much I love rose gold. But I love how this one has gold in it, this one's rose gold, and it's just so beautifully done, and these are just so breathtaking to look at. Also, I love the inside bound hardbook. Like, that's even more of rose gold, and it's so pretty. One of my favorite books is When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Fletcher, and this cover is stunning. Especially for someone who loves musical theater and has been in shows. Just this cover, just like the seats and the stage and everything, like the curtain, like, it's absolutely stunning, and there's so much detail that's in it, and I love it. And the hardbound has a gun on it, which, ooh, mystery. But I would say the inbound cover is probably not really as much of my favorite. It has Carrie Fletcher's like signature logo thing on it, but I love the sleeve of this book. It's absolutely beautiful, and the inside portion of the book is pretty as well. So this one, I love it. It definitely captures like the mystery and the theater and everything like that. I love this book so much. As you can tell, I mean, the sleeve got a little damaged. You can see that this book has been loved. You can definitely see that. So, and I love this book. Alright, then, so as you guys would have known from the Gilmore Girls readathon, that I was reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and the reason why I picked this is comparing it out of all of the Hunger Games books. I thought this cover was the most eye-catching out of Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay. I thought this was the most eye-catching. Like, just seeing the snake and the bird and just like the circle, like, it really, like, it catches your eye. But also, the inside is just, it's beautiful. I love that dark emerald green with the gold, and it's absolutely stunning, and I just think this is a beautifully done cover. And I don't know, it's very simple, but I never thought like this would be like one of my favorite covers, but it's very eye-catching, and I really like that. Alright, then I have this vintage book of Treasure Island with the original illustrations inside it. This one I had thrifted through an online thrift shop. But I love books like this, that they're just, I don't know, like the classic bound books. And I love like how it has the gold and it's, well, I forgot there was a note inside. I mean, I love like the vintage looking books, and I love buying used books, especially if you can see how it looked classically. Like, it's really cool. Like with this, you can see how it's like starting to wear out, like the colors are starting to get a little bit worn out, and the gold, and it's really beautiful, and I love looking at books like this. Last but not least, and I bet you guys are not expecting me to show this book, but I just realized I did not even rank these book covers. I don't think I can rank any of these book covers because they're all my favorites in their own special way, so I don't think I could like pick like a top favorite. No, I guess if I was to pick a top favorite, it'd be When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Fletcher. But all of them, I love them because they're definitely unique and beautiful. As you guys know, I'm going through the Harry Potter series, but I had found the hardback copies, or the hardbound copies of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And these are the top two books that a couple of my friends who know my reading style and know my reading preferences thought that these two would probably be like one of my top favorites. And I found them at a used bookstore, and they're really cheap, so I got them at the used bookstore because I've been listening to the audiobooks because my library is not open, so I can't actually go and like check out a book. So, but I have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows here. I haven't even started to read it yet, but I wanted to show you something that I really like, and it's one of the reasons why I love shopping at used bookstores. So I'm the type of person, like when I have books, depending on how much I read them, like some sleeves you will see that they're like perfectly intact, and there's some books that I prefer to keep it that way, and then there's some books that I read over and over and over again, and you can definitely see by the sleeve that's a little bit torn or worn or anything like that, and that means, you know, they're well-loved books. And this one, as you can see, you know, it is torn, and you know, that's a little disappointing because I would probably never like tear it like that. Like whenever any of my book sleeves tear, I tape it up, but as you can see, it's torn right here. And you know, the book cover is not, I mean, the book sleeve is not really my favorite, but this is what's my favorite, and this is why I love shopping at used bookstores. I think that every book shares a story and shares about who had last had them. You know, each book has a journey, and you can see that they're well loved. So yeah, as you can see, there's like the little stain right here, or you can see on the bottom, you know, there's a kid who got like crayons on there or whatever, and you can see like it's a little bit used right here, with like a little bit damaged right here, and you can see that I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but yeah, there are stains on the pages. And I think what's really beautiful is about used bookshops, you know, it shows that someone once loved this book, or someone once read this book, and you know, it makes me wonder like how many times did they read it, or what stood out in this book for them, or anything like that. And also I love like how it has like this simple like mustard hardback, but also like with this like, see if I can get it to show up on camera. See how like it has that texture right there? I like that as well. But I wanted to use this as an example because first off, I like those colors together, but also I wanted to use this as an example of why I love going to used bookstores, because it's so unique. Each book is unique. Each book may have flaws, but it's because someone once loved that book, and I just think that's really special. Anyways guys, that is my favorite book covers video. I hope you guys enjoyed this Vlogmas video. I just wanted to share some of my favorite book covers. I think book covers are so unique, and it definitely causes books to stand out from the rest, and each book cover kind of shares a story or shares a little bit of what that book is about. And there was a loud car driving by. But yeah, I love book covers. As I said from the beginning, I judge a book by its cover. But comment below what are some of your guys' favorite book covers, because I'm really curious, because it's different for everybody. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's Vlogmas, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!